Hey guys, my name is Shakir, and my story is a little different than most. I am an immigrant from the Middle East, and if you know anything about the Middle East, you can only begin to imagine the struggles we went through. After immigrating to the United States, and plenty of personal and financial hardships later, I finally reached my version of the American dream. The vehicle that helped me reach my financial freedom was real estate. Now, I run multiple 6- and 7-figure businesses, and I like to help others. That's why I'm here. If I can do it, so can you. Believe me. Subscribe to my channel, and I'll show you how.
Overcoming challenges. I know, Eric, you talked about that earlier. That's the first thing that I operate by this 100% of the time. So there's a couple of things that I operate in. I run away from gray area, and I operate, if someone can do it, I can do it better. So, and I'll explain the gray area later. If she or he can do it, then I can do it better. That's all the confirmation I need. If I see someone doing something, I'm gonna look, I'm like, who's doing it? Definitely I can do it better. If I don't know yet, I can. That's all the confirmation I need to know. One of my idols is the two of my idols, Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk. I know it's like far-fetched, but these are my idols. If they could do it, I could do it. And I could do it better, man. That's how I like to think. And I took to talk about these two because they're like tech junkies. They're like nerds. And that's who I am. I'm a nerd. So I'm gonna look at the people that know how to do these things, and I'm saying I could do it, I could do it better. That's all the confirmation I need to know. Someone else did it. I don't need to reinvent the wheel. So if you are feeling down, like Eric was talking about, or Shane was talking about, if you are feeling down, that's all you need to know. Just look at someone who's successful and say, I could do it. That's the second one. If you're thinking, and Matthew, if you think that life is, being an entrepreneur is all rainbows and butterflies, like that life's supposed to be good, and I'm not talking like specifically to you, that's just to everybody. An entrepreneur operates in problem solving. If there is no problem, there's nothing we can solve as entrepreneurs. In real estate, we solve people's problems of selling their house or financial problem they're in. So if I think that when you're out to dinner with your friends and they're like, how are you doing? You're like, man, it's stressful. Business is really stressful. Problems left and right. And you're talking about it like it's something bad. Well, if it wasn't for the problems, you wouldn't even have this job opportunity. We operate in problem solving. So if there's no problems, really, we don't have the business to solve the problems for it. And the second one, allow yourself to take the time and think before doing. Like, allow yourself to think about something. Don't just be sporadic and make an adjustment right there and then. If my team member brings me an issue, I try to band-aid it right now, put a bandage on it, but I would never make that a determined answer. I always tell them, let me think about it. Let me put some kind of a process in place before I give you the 100%. But right now, I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna make it right for you. So break the rule for a little bit momentarily to make it right, but don't make that momentarily quick decision or that impulse decision or anger to determine that for the future. Because once you operate in that, you're gonna have a bunch of broken half measures for your company where it overlaps everybody in your team members. Then you end up shedding more money, losing more money in the company because you made those decisions too fast. That's the one thing you don't want to do. Make sure when you make that action, because every action you make in your organization, it links to something else. If you start talking about payouts and percentages, guess what? That relates to the company's overall, ultimately affects the acquisition managers, disposition, marketing, everybody. How can you grow that? So if you start just giving numbers out of your, excuse my French, not knowing what's that going to affect, and you did it just to band-aid something, you're literally now counter-affecting your company. Like your structure is working to destroy your company slowly. I've seen that. We've done that before, by the way. We had to scramble and fix it because we were just giving numbers left and right without sitting down with our CFO or sitting down with yourself and putting your numbers like X amount of percentage goes to this, X amount of percentage went to this, do this, do that. What happens? You have to understand what's going on before making that decision. All right. Worst case scenario versus best case scenario, weighing all the options. So you need to make sure that whatever that you're doing is going to forecast for worst case scenario and best case scenario. You forecast, what if this happened? What if that happens? When you start thinking that way, you start implementing the things that you never thought about. And guess how you do that? If you did something for like a certain department or a certain job role, 80% of the time is going to apply to something new that you're doing, or a new department that you're doing, a new position or a new employee. So use that knowledge to apply best case scenario, worst case scenario. You're not being you're not being pessimist or just optimist. You're like the general that we're talking about in the previous call. You're that general. Wouldn't you want to be a soldier with a general, knowing, giving best case scenario and worst case scenario? Like, oh, we could all die tonight, but hey, we could also win this. There's strategy behind it. Or you want to go behind the general that says, guys, we got this. There's no way we're losing. We're gonna win this thing. Which one you want to go after? The one that covers all angles, or the one that covers one angle only? I don't want the guy that just feeds me, feel good and yeah, we got this, we're gonna do this. No, I want the guy to tell me, yeah, we got this, we can do this, but hey, there is this, we can really fall. We can fail. I want to know all my angles. All right.